Monsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, February the 8th, and on Thursdays we look at fantasy and science fiction books that are being released into the wild this week. Every day of the week, we look at the different genres that are being released this week. Sorry, out of breath, came running. Keo, as I have mentioned earlier this week, had to have a biopsy on his cheek to check for lupus. And he's got the cone of shame on, and Keo is at 120-pound Akita. And the cone of shame is a wrecking ball. And this morning, he went out and convinced himself he couldn't get up the stairs to come back inside. We are a split level. And his cone of shame keeps getting caught on the steps. So I had to go outside, bring him around, and that's why I'm out of breath. All right. Coffee will be required because it's kind of cold out. Let's see. Quick announcements. We do have sprints tonight at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. They will go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, or just close your eyes after a day like I've had this week. Sprints after that will be on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, and those go for 5 hours. Morning show tomorrow will be probably more cozy mysteries because there's always a lot of them, and we'll see whatever else catches our eye. Good morning, Deborah. How you doing? Are you having a good morning? Let me get rid of this banner. And we'll go here. Now, I have not pre-looked at these books, so these will be kind of a surprise to me as well. Wait, let's go here first. All right. Tahira Mafi, excuse me, is a very big name in fantasy lately. This is third in the Woven Kingdom trilogy. I kind of have it on my TBR to at least check out to see if we are compatible. But this is the third one, All This Twisted Glory. As the long-lost heir to the Jin throne, Eliza has finally found her people, and she might have found her crown. Cyrus, the mercurial ruler of Toulon, has offered her his kingdom in a twisted exchange, one that would begin with their marriage and end with his murder. Cyrus's dark reputation precedes him. All the world knows of his blood-soaked past. Killing him should be easy, and accepting his offer might be the only way to fulfill her destiny and save her people. But the more Eliza learns of him, the more she questions whether the terrible stories about him are true. Ensnared by secrets, Cyrus has ached for Eliza since she first appeared in his dreams many months ago. Now that he knows those visions were planted by the devil, he can hardly bear to look at her, much less endure her company. But despite their best efforts to despise each other, Eliza and Cyrus are drawn together over and over with an all-consuming thirst, which threatens to destroy them both. Meanwhile, Prince Cameron has arrived in Toulon, ready to exact revenge. ... We looked at Bride. That one snuck in under romance. Sneaky. I'm just closing some tabs as we go here. I have to go to the orthopedic doctor. Oh. After that'll be a good day. Oh, good. Treat yourself after that. That is a very pretty cover. And to me, it's saved because of that ombre from that light into the darker purpley. Excuse me. Tales from the Celestial Kingdom by Sue Lyon Tan. 9 spellbinding stories, 2 previously published, 7 original, including the epilogue to the duology set in the enchanting world of her stunning debut. which was daughter of the moon goddess. Filled with magic and mythology, friendship and love, these stories intertwine through the past, present, and future of the two novels, told from the perspective of multiple chapter characters, including Chang Yi, Hu Zhao, Li Wei, and Wen Ji. With beautiful illustrations from Kelly Chong throughout, these wondrous tales make the perfect complement to the series. The Absinthe Underground, fantasy, young adult. After running away from home, Sybil Clarion is eager to embrace all the freedom the Belle Epoque city of Cimarron has to offer. Instead, she's traded high society soirees for empty pockets. At least she has Esme, the girl who offered Sybil a home, and if either of them dared something more. Ever since Esme Rambeau brought Sybil back to her flat, the girls have been everything to each other, best friends, found family, and secret crushes. While Esme would rather spend the night tinkering with her clocks and snuggling her cats, Sybil craves excitement and needs money. She plans to get both by stealing the rare posters that crop up around town. With rent due, Esme agrees to accompany and, more importantly, protect Sybil. When they're caught selling a poster by none other than its subject, Maeve, the glamorous girl invites Sybil and Esme to the Absinthe Underground, the exclusive club she co-owns, and reveals herself to be a green fairy trapped in this world. She wants to hire thieves for a daring heist in Fae that would set her free, and is willing to pay enough that Sybil and Esme never have to worry about rent again. It's too good of an offer to pass up, even if Maeve's tragic story doesn't quite add up, and the secrets could jeopardize everything the girls have so carefully built. The Tainted Cup. This one is a fantasy mystery. First in the Shadow of the Leviathan potential series by Robert Jackson Bennett. I do kind of like the cover. A Holmes and Watson style detective duo take the stage in this fantasy with a mystery twist. In Dertana's greatest mansion, a high imperial officer lies dead, killed to all appearances, when a tree erupted from his body. Okay, I think I'm out. Even here at the Empire's borders, where contagions abound and the blood of the Leviathans works strange magical changes, it's a death both terrifying and impossible. Assigned to investigate is Anna Dolabra, a detective whose reputation for brilliance is matched only by her eccentricities. Rumor has it that she wears a blindfold at all times and that she can solve impossible cases without even stepping outside the walls of her home. At her side is her new assistant, Dinios Cole, magically altered in ways that make him the perfect aid to Anna's brilliance. Din is at turns scandalized, perplexed, and utterly infuriated by his new superior, but as the case unfolds and he watches Anna's mind leap from one startling deduction to the next, he must admit that she is indeed the Empire's greatest detective. As the two close in on a mastermind and uncover a scheme that threatens the Empire itself, Din realizes he's barely begun to assemble the puzzle that is Anna Dolabra, and wonders how long he'll be able to keep his own secrets safe from her piercing intellect. Well, no, right now she's already done that. She knows all your secrets right now. All right, let's just go back to here. Now these we will have to double check the dates for sure, because sometimes they're accurate and sometimes they are not. The Ever Queen. Yep, that was January. We're not in January anymore. January. Yep, that does say February 6th. January. Somebody who set up this webpage got terribly, terribly confused. February 1st. Do we look at this one? I think so. We are striking out all over the place. When is January? Here we go. Science fiction. Echoes from the Moon by Nathan Heistad. First in the Token trilogy. The last living astronaut to walk on the moon has been murdered. Silas visits his estranged grandfather's lake house in the aftermath of the deadly home invasion. What he discovers hidden below the floorboards triggers a mystery buried since the final trip to the moon over 50 years earlier. Rory returns to her family home in Vermont to write her second novel, but fate has a different story in mind. Her reunion is shattered when she's thrust into danger revolving around the same tokens. Special Agent Waylon Brooks exposes a covert operation linked to the death of a retired astronaut. He soon finds out he's not the only one searching for answers and willing to kill for the truth. The unlikely trio find themselves defying the odds with no one to trust but each other. Can they find the tokens before someone else does? Where do these artifacts lead? Probably aliens. Dane's Mark by Laura Lee, 29th in the novel of the breeds. A new kind of breed is faced with what happens when destiny and desire collide in the latest novel of blah blah blah. A decade ago, Katie Chavos was a proud misfit who had her heart broken, crushed by a man who drew her close with one breath and pulled away with the next. He left a mark she's done everything in her power to erase. But when Katie's job brings her back to the hometown she couldn't wait to escape, seeing Dane again awakens something inside her that won't be tamed. Dane Vanderale isn't like the other breeds. He's a hybrid. He's stronger, more primal, and more determined to hide it. He's also certain that Katie is not his mate. Not that that stops him from wanting her with every part of his soul. He knows he hurt her deeply and he intends to make things right, but she is dead set on keeping him at arm's length. Despite their painful history, Katie can't deny the intense attraction she feels for Dane, and before long, it will be impossible for either to deny the truth that has been in front of them all along. 29th. Double checking the date. We're good. Dungeon Cataclysm, a dungeon core fantasy in the book 5 in the Fallen World series by Play Wars, aka Alex S. Weber, author. The ancient nightmare awakens. The Republic's army is falling back in shambles, obliterated by Alexandra's might. But even as Alexandra and her allies celebrate their victory, malevolent automatas from an age long past move to destroy them. Skynet, obviously. The fight with Seraph might have ended in Alexandra's favor and left her more powerful than ever, but it came with dire consequences. Both relics of the old world and the custodians of the mysterious god of fire have taken notice of the upstart dungeon core and have set their own plans in motion. As a devastating battle rages, Alexandra realizes the truth of what has happened to this world, and the horrors the so-called custodians are prepared to unleash upon it in the name of their god. Can Alexandra protect her core, or will this be her ruin? January. All right. Let's check out this one, I guess. Scanning. Hang on. All right. Fantasy anthology. Not a huge fan of anthologies, but that's an interesting cover. History may be written. This is by Julia V. Ashley and Kevin J. Anderson, big name, and Lisa Mangum is the editor. History may be written by the victors, but it is not always written in stone. It comes down to a bit of luck. What if the histories of Billy the Kid, Vlad Dracula, and Jack the Ripper had a new twist, an alternate history? What if the fictional world of The Great Gatsby had a hidden tale? The stories that connect the past to the present can lead us into a world we never imagined. Get a glimpse of history in a new light. This is in honor of Eric Flint. And we're just going to scan for any sci-fi fantasy that we might have not covered. See, that Dave's Mark, they've got it listed as a romance paranormal. No. We are not going to have any luck. Here's another anthology. Yeah. We are having not a lot of luck. The end of the world horror. We don't do horror. Fire King. Let us peruse. Yeah. The Fire King by Nick Steidel, second in the Stormless series. Over 500 pages, Kindle Unlimited. Immediately following the shocking events of the solstice, Castian Varric finds himself forced to leave his home city for good. With an unlikely team, Castian sets off for the city of Celis, hoping to find an explanation for Ileana's betrayal. She's just not that into you, I'm sorry. Arvenden's crown falls to a grieving Phelan Titans-sworn as the young king grapples with his father's death. As the guidance of the treacherous it's illusion and Recromancer Ether, Phelan travels to Cyphalion in a misguided attempt at revenge. Oh my gosh, they're just throwing things at us so early. Finally, the emissary shows Asteros Silverglade, the secret histories of auras, revealing that there is far more to the continent's past than Asteros had believed. The Fire King brings the Stormless series to new heights, elevating the stakes and bringing Oris to life like never before. Surprising twists and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Did we look at that one? That must not be this week, or else that other website would have had it. I bet it was published earlier. It was. Okay. Oh, yeah. We looked at that one. Your shadow half remains. says it's today. Your shadow half remains by Sunny Moraine. Oh, it's horror. That's why. Okay, never mind. Well, the bell is about to ring, and we have checked everything we can. That seems to be it. Of course, the big one is the third in the Moffy series. Oh well, we gotta look to see what's out there. Otherwise, we won't find the gems, the jewels, the hidden treasures. Copies required. All right. So, again, tonight we do have sprints at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. Sometimes we start a little bit earlier if the traffic home goes in my favor. Um, and the walk with Keo goes well. So, hope you have the notification bell um, tweaked so that you can see that if we do start early, you'll get notified about that. And then tomorrow morning, we'll look at probably more cozy mysteries and anything else that might catch our attention. But we've got to look what's been set into the wild, or else we will not know about good things to be reading. So that is the book news. Yeah. I hope you have a very good Thursday. Take care of yourself. Read good books. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. To see you tonight. God bless.